Hey everyone, Agent Kate Sith here. I hope you've all been doing well. Today I would like to do a video on the brand new Empyrean Plus 2 armor that we finally can see. I'm going to be going over some of my favorite jobs, and I would like to do a breakdown of how I would upgrade them, in which order I would upgrade them, from the angle of someone who already has full Odyssey clears, and then from the angle of someone who has done no Odyssey at all. But first, I would like to go over who Empyrean Plus 2 is meant for, because it's a big sign of confusion that I've seen from players. Empyrean Plus 2 is clearly meant to be mid-tier endgame armor and be easily accessible for new and returning players. Their level of difficulty to obtain will be most likely in line with obtaining the Artifact Plus 2 from Omen and the Relic Plus 2 from Dynasty Divergence. If you played the game recently, you'll know that this is relatively simple. You don't need a super duper high level of armor in order to get into the entry point. I think Dynamics, all you have to do is enter, and you get access to plus 2, and you can buy the materials off the auction house to upgrade. And then Omen, all you have to do is kill mobs at the start, do objectives. You can just enter solo with Trust with Omen, build up your cards, and then upgrade your Artifact plus 2. We do have some interviews. We do have some previews from the devs themselves saying that there will be an entrance area in Sortie, the new endgame content, that will be accessible and easy to do for lower geared players. Like think Ambu plus 2 armor should be able to do the entry area into Sortie and get currency and get some of the upgrade items and probably be able to, like, relatively effortlessly, I wouldn't say effortlessly, but in due time, upgrade to plus 2. And this is going to serve as a huge bridge for mid-tier, lower tier, and mid-tier endgame players getting into the high tier endgame content, which I would say is like Vengeance level 10 or higher Odyssey. Empyrean Plus 2 will solve a huge problem in the game right now, getting into Odyssey as a new returning player. One of the biggest complaints in the game right now is from so many people that want to do Odyssey and other endgame content, but they are just too far behind to help in that content or make progress without a ton of help from veteran players or friends. Empyrean Plus 2 will give them meaningful progress and serve as a bridge to be Odyssey ready and more easily do more in the game, new and old. Hardcore players, fear not. Empyrean Plus 2 is coming this winter. Probably December. I feel like, because plus 2 got pushed back by a month, chances are we can expect their original timeline of November for plus 3 to be pushed back to probably December, maybe even January. It's just going to depend. Which they said themselves would be very hard content. Essentially what they said is that they want to put your Odyssey, your max rank Odyssey gear and your Empyrean Plus 2 to the quote-unquote test to obtain Empyrean Plus 3, along with Odyssey V25, which will be pretty wild based on what we've seen with V20. And then after that, we're getting ultimate weapons, a new line of ultimate weapons called Prime Weapons, or what we're calling it Dark Relics, because they are basically the relic weapons, but reskinned to be dark and purple pretty much at the conclusion of the Voracious Resurgence. So essentially, hardcore players, don't worry about this plus 2. More content's on the way. The hard content's on the way. There will be more meaningful, there will be a thing to chase in Sortie at the start, which it's looking like it's going to be. We'll get up to it here. The augmented earrings. We don't know what the augments are yet, though, so we'll see. So first off, we'll be doing the breakdown for Monk, Warrior, Samurai, White Mage, Geo, Red Mage, Bard. These are jobs that I play quite frequently. I'm pretty well versed in every single one. And I also got some input from Twitch chat. Shameless plug, but I stream on Twitch every single day from roughly 2:30 p.m. to roughly 1 a.m. So I'm on all the time. If you ever want to stop by, ask any questions, shoot the shit pretty much, I am around and you are more than welcome to hang out pretty much. Alright, so first off, Each piece of gear will get a ranking of 1 to 5. 1 means I would upgrade it first. 5 means I would upgrade it last. And then the blue upgrade rank is for players that have 0 Odyssey gear or Malignance. So I'm coming at it from the angle of like, okay, if I didn't have Malignance, I don't have Odyssey level gear, what would I upgrade differently? And there are some instances of that, but for a lot of them, it kind of remains unchanged. It doesn't change too much. So first up, we have the Monk Crown. Decent TP and hybrid piece if you don't have Ken +1 or Malignance. Technically best in slot for magic accuracy. You'll see this a lot. I mean, I think every single melee piece is slightly higher magic accuracy, even compared to rank 25 fully augmented Odyssey gear. So at the very least, a lot of the melee Imperium +2 will be best in slot when you're trying to land a weapon skills debuff, like Itachi Geha, or Shijin the Plague potentially, or Shell Crusher. It's a pretty cool thing to use in some content. Not by a lot, so, I mean, it's only 1 more than Malignance. It's only 1 more than, I think, Empaka also at rank 25, but still, increase. Here we go. Definitely the cream of the crop for Monk. I give it an upgrade rank 1. I will upgrade this first no matter what. I am a little biased in this regard. I am a Verthragna monk at heart. I try to maintain impetus. Whenever I use Monk, I always have impetus in mind. Can I full time it? Am I getting reset to full time it? Verthragna, I think with AM3 up and spamming Victory Smite with a stacked impetus is just so freaking good right now. Usually what I see in for a lot of Verthragna monks is they might be disappointed by the damage. It's usually because they don't have enough accuracy in their Victory Smite set when they're capped accuracy in their TP set. They don't realize they're missing weapon skills in their actual weapon skill, because we have this mentality these days that like we're just capped accuracy on everything. And usually Victory Smite sets are not very high in accuracy, especially compared to your Malignance TP set, for example. And you don't see the misses on weapon skills. So usually they're just resetting their impetus every time they weapon skill. If you this body, for example, will solve that to a great degree, because you're getting at least 30 extra accuracy in just the body slot. But yeah, I am definitely going to be doing this first. It's just better in every regard in terms of like TPing and weapon skill. It's going to allow me to TP in it now instead of being worried about getting chunked or feebled every time. Gloves, I'm giving a rank 5 for both. Just not very good. You could argue if you are super cap physical or attack, the physical damage limit would actually be pretty good if you're very sure you're capped or super buffed. But for Victory Smite, for example, I think Ryuo +1 will probably still be better. It has crit damage, it has crit rate, it has double attack. Just would be really hard to beat, I think, for Victory Smite. Now, I could see being better for Howling Fist potentially, and Tornado Kick would definitely be worth considering if you know for sure you're getting those insane buffs. And then next up we have the Hose +2, the Monk Hose +2. These are really, really good. These are a huge upgrade. Best in slot for TP. It replaces the Relic +3 by a lot. It's great hybrid if you don't have Malignance yet. That's why I do it even if you are don't have Malignance yet. It's still incredibly good for hybrid and TP, and so you can get Malignance through your full turtle set. Store keep +9, damage taking -13, kick attacks +25. This is just like across the board, just like best in slot TP by a lot. I actually gave the feat. I feel like this is a typo. I don't believe that this is actually this low kick attack. It might be. I guess it would need further testing, but the artifact +3 is 120. So this is literally half. It just feels wrong, Why would they even bother releasing it if it's that low? I'd understand if it was 10 now, or sorry, 100. 60 just feels like incredibly low, and it feels like a mistype. But otherwise, if you don't have the Susie feat, you could use these, I suppose. Still pretty good damage taken feat, hybrid feat if you don't have Malignance yet. But once you have Malignance, I don't think I'd really use this. But probably anything if the footwork is indeed not correct. If the footwork ends up being like in line with the artifact +3, then you could probably consider it to be a swap in, especially for hybrid. I mean, it'd be better than Malignance, right? If you're willing to lose the magic evasion. And then next up, we have the earring. We won't know for sure. I mean, currently speaking, it's best in slot for counter set. It's pretty disappointing. I've heard people say that it can add some base damage on like God Hands potentially, but I don't think that's really gonna fix God Hands too much in the grand scheme of things, especially if it is up against Rothrogna, for example, with AM3 up and Impetus fully charged, etc. The augments could save the earring, you never know. My summary for the entire monk set is body and legs are incredible upgrades for DPS. Head, hands, feet are very niche and not too amazing. Next up, we have Warrior. Basically, Warrior is like, if you look at it, like we said before, through the lens of someone not having any Sekpada, this set is incredible. If you haven't done any Odyssey yet, and you're getting into the game, you're a new and returning player, maybe you don't have a ton of friends that are still around or that have been doing Odyssey that can get you a quick clear, this set is really good to get you on your feet and going into the harder content, and even get you into Odyssey ready, essentially, right? So right here for head, you know, that principle comes in. It's pretty good compared to Sekpada. It's just really lacking in like the magic evasion and defensive stats that Sekpada has, but it actually has one more double attack than Sekpada and the crit rate, right? And then obviously the damage taken -10. So it's pretty solid if you don't have Sekpada. But if you do, I mean, I'm probably going to be using Sekpada anyways, just for the survivability. I guess if you're truly trying to min-max, you could consider this for TP, but not really realistically. Same thing with the body. You know, if you don't have Sekpada yet, this body is incredibly good. I would do it first, actually. But if you already have Sekpada, I would really only use this for... Oh, man. I guess it would depend. It would be like it wouldn't be your Glass Cannon TP set. That would probably still be Tatanashi +1. This would be something in the middle, you know? You don't want to go full turtle, but you don't want to go full Glass Cannon either. So something in the middle of those two, potentially a hybrid of a hybrid, could be this body. Which, you know, those situations do arise. These hands actually, the mufflers actually intrigue me. You know, I think I gave this a bad rank, actually. The rank I gave it here is probably inaccurate. I forgot about the weapon skill damage 8. I'd probably upgrade this second, to be honest. Probably first or second. So ignore the 5 here. The weapon skill damage 8, if you don't have Niame already, rank 20 to 25 Niame, these are incredibly good. Both for Savage Blade and for like every weapon skill that War uses pretty much. So, sorry about that. I guess I just missed over the weapon skill damage on these when I was re-ranking them. But if you do have Niame, the upgrade rank is correct for the if you do. You wouldn't really be concerned with these yet because you already have weapon skill damage 8 on hands. But if you don't have Niame, definitely get these either first or second. I think the restraint needs some testing. It might actually raise in rank if you TP in these, and it actually gives you a considerable amount of extra damage on weapon skill, like Savage Blade in particular. I think it has true potential on, because you actually are hitting the mob a lot to get TP for Sword and Board War. So if you're adding an average of 5 to 10k extra with these hands on, might very well be worth it over other TP hand options, but further testing needed, essentially. These legs are actually pretty good. I think I'm going to upgrade these first, actually, compared to everything else, as a player that already has max rank all Odyssey gear. This physical damage limit is actually really, really good. It's more than, I'm pretty sure it's more than Neame, or more than Sekpada, and Warrior, I feel, actually does cap, because of Berserk, especially if you're using Conquer Berserk, it does cap attack more frequently than most other jobs. So you should be able to make use of the physical damage limit on War, and you get an extra Fencer. Now remember, Fencer caps at +8 total. You get 5 from Warrior traits, and I believe you will be using Shield and +2 Neck, give you another 2. So you're not getting the full +3 Fencer from these legs, but you are gaining the 1 more you need to cap at 8. So it's still something. If you're capping attack, you're getting 1 extra Fencer, you're getting the physical damage limit, which is, you know, more valuable if you have less amounts. If you have a ton of weapon skill damage and you have a little physical damage limit, the physical damage limit actually ends up overtaking bigger amounts of weapon skill damage. So, like, for example, these should beat out weapon skill damage 11 legs, assuming your cap PDL. And then next up we have the feet. These are actually really, really good for best in slot for Mighty Strike's weapon skill. And Retaliation if you're tanking. Retaliation is actually pretty sweet these days, really, really good. And also, if you don't have Sekpada, incredible hybrid feat, also with the damage taken -9, and also the higher base stats to actually survive. And then the earring is incredibly good. Double attack 9, subtle blow 7. Like double attack 9 alone was pretty impressive. And then I recently have been doing embos on Warrior. Warrior actually doesn't get a ton of subtle blow without sacking, like really sacking some pieces. So trying to maintain a defensive like tanking set while also capping subtle blow can be a little rough sometimes. So this earring is going to help a ton with that. So that is great. My summary of it is, and it's only going to get better with augments too, right? So my summary for the war says decent set, but gets overshadowed hard if you already have Sekpada, but serves as a great pieces for those who are on their way into getting into Odyssey and other endgame content. And then next up we have Samurai. This is my bread and butter. I was really excited. Samurai did not disappoint. Incredible upgrades on Samurai. Starting off with the head, I give an upgrade rank to 3 for if you already have Odyssey gear, and a 4 if you don't. Best TP hybrid head, but still lacking in magic evasion compared to Neame for full turtle. So kind of the problem with Samurai right now is like there's not much in between gear. Like you have Empaka, which has PDL, but really low magic evasion. Like really low magic evasion. It does have magic defense, but that doesn't help you if you're trying to resist. It also has Ken, which has higher magic evasion, but then it has no DT, right? So then you're susceptible to getting crushed by all types of damage if you don't resist, right? So Samurai's really left in like a rock and a hard, between a rock and a hard place, right? So this set alleviates that, right? So you have more like better magic evasion compared to Empaka, and then you don't have to like full turtle in Neame. A lot of the harder content in the game, I'm usually in Neame because, you know, I'm usually like taking a lot of damage. I'm usually like tanking or susceptible to getting enfeebled. Like you'll see this like in Ionic NMs, you still get enfeebled a ton. You see this in Ambu, a lot of Ambus. You'll see this in even Odyssey. You know, a lot of the Odyssey NMs like Kalunga or whatever Samurai might be taking damage from. If you're not in a higher turtle set, a higher defensive turtle set, you just straight up get one shot by a lot of these TP moves, right? But this set acts as like a stopgap. You know, you don't have to full glass cannon Patanashi +1, but you still get a lot of great defensive traits with a lot of DPS traits. So set's incredible, pretty much. I will probably be using it a ton. I'll probably have 3 sets I go to, maybe 4. So probably this set, which is like the not quite turtle, but still hybrid set um, uh, with the Empyrean +2. And then I'll have a subtle blow set, which will still use Ken +1, so don't get rid of all your Ken yet. I will have a full turtle set, which will probably still be 4 or 5 Niame, like it is now. And then I will have a glass cannon set, which is probably Tatanashi. Probably actually this body will probably also like actually replace Tatanashi, which we'll get to next. Insane body for everything except pure magic evasion turtle set. So this body I am definitely going to do first. It has everything you'd ever want in a Samurai TP body. The magic evasion is still on the low side. You know, it's not quite Niame, but you know, can't be perfect. +3 will probably alleviate some of that. But yeah, like, you know, Sortie TP 13, Zanshin 14, and the additional damage taken -13. Just incredible. Lots of accuracy and the Great Katana skill. Really, really good piece. The next up we have hands. Once again, the hands are incredible if you don't already have Niame rank 20 to 25. I would definitely prioritize these. If you don't have the Niame ranked up yet, is the best weapon skill hands you can get. And then obviously, if you have a Sekinoki up, you'll obviously be using this also, even if you do have Niame. There's still a piece worth having. And then next up we have the legs. Legs are actually a huge upgrade for best TP and hybrid. These legs will allow Samurai to swap their hands finally out of the artifact +3 hands that will replace the Hasso with more sword TP, damage taken, ton more accuracy and attack, just all around really solid. Not sure what hand Samurai will be in. It'll probably depend on the situation. If you're going more glass cannon, you can use Tatanashi, Ken +1, Empaka, or Niame, depending on what you're doing. And then finally, we are for the set, we have Samurai feet. The Samurai feet are actually pretty good. It's situational if they're good. Once again, that pesky physical damage limit rears its ugly head. Incredible piece if you're capped attack. If you're for sure that you are capped PDIF, then these feet are incredible. Possibly, actually, most likely, better than even rank 25 Niame. But you better be sure that you're capping attack, otherwise they'll do absolutely nothing at all, and you'll be behind by a lot. So, situationally amazing. Just depends if you're in that situation or not. And then the earring. Oh, this earring is incredible. Sortie TP +9 on an earring. Skill chain bonus, that kind of doesn't matter too much anymore. Thank you, Niame. But incredible TP earring. It'll only get better with augments. Like I said, like once you know what the augments are, possibly a ton better. Summary for Samurai is kind of got their Malignance Light. That's a great way of putting it. Malignance Light or Niame Path A Light with the head, body, and legs. The magic evasion is still on the low side, but +3 should solve that issue somewhat. Still incredible overall with just the +2. I'm definitely looking forward to being able to upgrade to this set, so I'm not in 4 or 5 Niame all the time. Next up, we have White Mage. Oh boy, this is a good one. Just everything about it, really good. The head is probably the worst piece, I thought, but still pretty good if you don't have a Yagrush yet, or if you don't have any Odyssey clears. You got the divine, Divine Veil effect +24. So essentially a 1 in 4 chance that you have a mini Yagrush proc when you use this head. But like if you already have a Yagrush, doesn't really do anything for you. Is a kind of a good fast cast upgrade if you don't have Bunzi head already. I think the other option for fast cast head is a Esha set, which is obviously way behind on the magic evasion and defensive stats, so pretty big upgrade in that regard. Still worth getting for sure. If you don't have Odyssey, and even then, you never know what it'll turn into with the +3. Next up, we have the body. Body is incredible. Was already the best in slot body for Soulless Cure Skin, and now it's even better. Now, you know, when you're healing and you get hit with an ability or AoE of some kind, you won't get enfeebled, or you're less likely to get enfeebled, less likely to get stunned, less likely to get paralyzed, less likely to get, you know, all sorts of bad things happening in your mid-cast, which was a huge problem for me. It's nice to see that I will not have to completely tank my cure set to just survive nowadays. It'll definitely be alleviated with this body. And then also the added benefit of this body is it's now a top tier idle body. If you don't have Shamash and Bunzi, this is probably the best idle body you'll be able to get for sure. You could argue, you know, I will still lean towards Shamash because I don't want to get silenced ever. But I don't really use Bunzi much anymore unless it's like more of a turtle set. But this would still be a great swap. Still definitely going to get it. The mitts are really cool. Like I said, you know, great idle piece if you don't have Bunzi or Naomi already for the hybrid DT set. It's cool that they added more regen duration and another proc on Divine Caress. Divine Caress, I think, is incredibly underused and incredibly powerful for White Mage for a lot of situations. So just having another proc on that to prevent, you know, extra dooms, extra paralyzes, extra, you know, you name it, really cool to have when it's important. And then, oh, here we go, the cream of the crop, the legs. This is incredible. Even better for all cures, not just single target cures, but cures too. Like, it'll be really hard to run out of MP as long as you're like not just wasting on full health people all the time. It'll prevent you from getting wrecked if you get caught in precast and midcast, and that's another thing. I've heard the argument before that, like, oh, I never get caught in precast and midcast. I call bullpucky on that. You get caught in midcast and precast all the time. Go do the Shinryu high tier battlefield and tell me you never get caught in precast and midcast. You do all the time, and you know why you'll know? Because you get one shot every time you get stuck in midcast. And it happens all the time, especially in fights like Albumin and Aeonic NMs, where it's just spamming debuffs all the time, and like you are just extremely likely of getting hit if you are up close to avoid the hate reset and stuff like that. So, incredible upgrade in all regards, just really cool. And then the feet, more Subtle Blow. I think that's cool. It alleviates, like I was saying before, it alleviates some of the Subtle Blow requirements for some jobs, like Warrior, which is pretty cool. You need less in gear, because you have it on the feet, which is really cool. Also, an idle piece now too, if you don't have... Actually, I wonder if this is even better than a Bunzi. This could just possibly be straight up the best idle feat, because it already has 147 magic evasion on it. It has DT, negative 10%, I believe is more, so there you go. And then the earring, I mean, like I said before with the other earrings, we won't know. We won't know for sure until we see what the augments are. Hard to say. The base earring is meh, not very good. I don't know if you'll actually be using it much. I guess for Kursna, maybe some other things, niche things, but not too wow right now, but still could be situationally useful for healing magic stuff. Next up, summary for the entire set. Incredible. Nearly every piece is an upgrade to what already makes White Mage good, and now made even better with the defensive stats so you don't get enfeebled or wrecked when you're casting or idle. So really, really cool. Really, really cool. I know pretty much a lot of White Mages will be born, or a lot of White Mages will be very, very happy with this +2 set, and it's crazy to think that's only going to get better with the +3 in the future. So exciting. Now for Geomancer, which is like it started out as exciting as White Mage, but doesn't quite end as strong. Starting with a home run right at the start, this head is incredible. Just absolutely, the rest of the set might be mediocre, but this alone makes up for it and makes it a slam dunk for me. Anyways, literally a dream piece for Lilipon Idol. It has high magic evasion, super high magic evasion, by the way, like huge. It has the DT on it. It has more pet regen. By the time this is +3, it's gonna have the same amount of pet regen, you would think, as perfect augment Merlinic from Dark Matter augments. So even that Dark Matter bullcrap is gonna be completely pointless. Thank God. No more Osim for Geo trying for the perfect head. Glad to see that gone. No longer will you have to wear Telshine anymore, which is really, really cool. And yeah, the +3 is going to be even better. It's crazy to think that the +3 is going to be even better. So yeah, head is really cool. Rank 1 by a mile. The rest of the set is pretty much the exact same thing. Like the body's pretty good idol. Everything with DT on it is a pretty good idol if you don't have Niame already in your idling. But a lot of this stuff you probably wouldn't be using in your Lilipon set when you have a Lilipon out, and most of it is pretty much a replacement. I would say the body, the hands, the legs, and the feet are kind of just like niche pieces, and they're kind of like, if you don't want to spend much gil on Almeric +1 for like non-magic burst nuking, you can just skip Almeric +1 and just get this instead if it's cheaper and easier, and just save some gil. If you're magic bursting, you'll still need EA +1 because that set is insane. This Empyrean +2 does not make up for that. You get some extra indie duration, just 5 seconds, whatever. Earring, also nuking earring. I don't even think it beats out the Malignance Regal combo, but if you don't have Regal yet, this would be a replacement for that, which is cool. We won't know for sure until we see the augments, obviously, like everything else. Summary is head is by far the crown jewel of the set. Everything else is basically a mid-tier nuking set upgrade until you can get Almeric or +1 or EA +1. If this set is easy to obtain, it can allow you to skip and save on Almeric, like we said before. Oh, here we go. Another home run where I think a lot of red mages are going to be really, really happy about this set. It kind of was one of the best sets, I think, total overall. But head, not too great. Head is like okay. If you don't have Malignance or I guess any Odyssey gear yet, it would make a really good idol hat. Again, like the Geo set, it's a good nuking set if you don't have Almeric +1 already. Or I mean, I guess actually Almeric head +1 isn't very good. So you'd probably be using this. I think it beats Crown. So you'd probably be using this for nuking if you're not magic bursting. Otherwise, you'll probably be using a different piece. But still, it's okay. Next up, this is where I got some debate. I got some pushback. I'm not sure if every red mage would agree. I'm interested to see what you guys think. But I gave the body a 2, the upgrade rank of 2. I know it's a great idle body. Like, it's really, really good. Probably replace everything, like Shamash even. It just has so much extra magic evasion. And it's already the best enfeebling body. It's still the best enhancing body for midcast, and while you're in midcast, you're less likely to get chunked or enfeebled or killed, pretty much. Also, a solid nuking body like before. If you don't have Almeric +1, you want to save some gil for the non-magic burst nuking. And it also obviously gives enfeebling magic effect, plus more of. So that's really, really cool. Also, it gives obviously more magic accuracy compared to the original, so all around really, really good. But this is what I thought would be the best, because the hands are insane, right? Gives more Saboteur, gives more Enfeebling Magic skill, and obviously the base increases to the magic accuracy, makes it by far the best Enfeebling hands. I suppose if you're going for max Enfeebling duration, you're still going to be using Regal Gauntlets, but I gave this to rank 1 for someone that already has Odyssey gear. It's because usually if you're enfeebling stuff at very high levels, like V20 NMs, you're going to be immunobreaking a lot, and these hands are going to be pretty much like required. Like they're just going to be really, really, really nice to have to get your enfeebles up much quicker, much more reliably, especially, you know, with V25 coming. These are going to be great. And also, just like before, solid nuking hands if you don't have Almeric +1. Legs, also extra refresh potency, you know, not too bad. Oh, and then the feet. The feet give extra, the weapon skill damage, so these are the best enhancing feet. These are the best magic weapon skill feet, so Sanguine Blade and Seraph Blade say hi. And also a solid physical weapon skill piece if you don't have rank 25 Naomi yet. And then, as if it wasn't already too good to be true, they gave Red Mage another 9% fast cast and another 9% enhancing duration on the earring, and we don't even know the augments yet, so it could be like even more incredible. My summary is, I think it is very clear at this point that someone at Square Enix loves Red Mage. Either they play it or they know someone who plays it. Might as well call the game Red Mage Fantasy 11. Seriously though, incredible upgrades for body, hands, feet, and earring. Entire set is solid for nuking if you don't want to shout all the guild for Almeric +1. So, just really incredible, especially if we keep in mind this is a mid-tier entry endgame content and armor meant to get people on their feet and ready for the harder content in the game right now and the harder content in the future that we know is coming. So, just really, really good. Really, really nice. Next up, we have Bard. I'm just going to start with my overview, my summary of Bard, which I think is going to sum it up really, really well. Essentially, what you need to know for Bard is, like, if you can get over the massive disappointment of this set not having extra plus song or extra song duration, like, you know, Red Mage getting all the enhancing duration, it's actually a huge upgrade. I mean, like, every time you midcast on Bard, you are at severe risk. You are at severe peril. Like, if you're in range of anything, like, you're gonna get enfeebled, you're gonna get chunked, you're gonna get stunned, you're gonna get... I'm sure every main Bard has been in that situation where, like, you're in the middle of NT songs, your group started the fight already, the NM uses a stun of some sort, like, you know, Yagudo in Windurst, Dynamics of Windurst, and you get stunned for like 10 seconds, and it's like, well, shit. So that will be no more, because you get so much magic evasion, you get so much DP, just like really, really good set overall if you can get over the initial disappointment of not any of the fun stats being upgraded. But yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the entire set. Like, you get literally one extra song duration. It's like, are you kidding me? When Red Mage got like 15% extra enhancing duration, what Bard gets is like, you know, 1. Are you kidding me? But also, you know, Bard also saw some magic accuracy upgrades. Like, for example, the body. New best in slot magic accuracy for Horn magic accuracy. Now, you could still argue for the artifact body +3 with the set bonus and the string skill for when you're using harp, but, you know, I generally would use this anyways because of the extra song duration on Enfeebles. You know, extra song duration on, for example, Lullaby or Threnody or Elegy, right? Those durations are pretty damn important, and you want them lasting as long as possible. I would take the hit the magic accuracy just for those the extra duration for those. And usually you're doing it with NT up anyways, so probably won't be a huge deal anyways. But yeah, same thing with the hands. Best magic accuracy hands also for Bard. All around. It has string, singing, and wind, and high magic accuracy. Just really, really good. And DT, so, you know, less likely to get destroyed if you're singing. But yeah. Earring also kind of lame, but we'll see what the augments give. Hopefully as like an augment of 10% song duration, it might save it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm hoping to do a lot more content in the future. I'm looking to cover a lot of the Sortie stuff. I'm looking to cover more of the jobs Empyrean +2 if you guys like this. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care. See you next time.